Hello and welcome to the podcast. How good?
How good?
How good?
So I thought we'd start with a question.
Yeah.
Yes.
So hopefully literate.
Good question.
Alright, so who has the record for the highest individual score hang on. Who has the record for highest individual
Yeah,
score
there.
by an All Black on debut?
Debut.
On debut.
Yep.
Debut.
Is that something like Wakafoko?
Oh, I was gonna say
Incorrect.
Damn it.
that. I wasn't
not
gonna.
gonna
I
get
wasn't
it.
gonna say that.
You're not gonna get it.
Dougie Howlett.
No.
That'd be some bloke.
Simon Colhane. 45.
Fuck, that's my next pick.
45 points.
That was
Yep.
my next pick, bro.
45.
I'm not even. Nah.
What's his last name again?
Coolhane?
It was right. Well, yeah.
Colhane.
Coolhane. Okay.
Cool.
Well, anyway,
What's
guys.
what's that movie? What's that off? There's the movie. Cool. Oh, what the fuck's the movie? It's the Hot Rod. Have you seen Hot Rod?
No.
Oh, dude, I love that movie. That's such a good
No.
movie, man.
Was it a good scene? Great.
It's quite a good scene.
Tough scene.
I can imagine it.
Yeah. I was watching a podcast this morning called The Basement Yard, and they were talking about how people in California always say like, "Oh, it's a vibe, man. I've got to catch a vibe. I've got to get this vibe," and they're like, "What the fuck is a vibe?"
I
And it's
swear,
like the thing
man.
is, we say it. We use the whole like, it's a vibe. Like, how
Vibes.
good is this vibe? It's a great vibe.
We
We
do
don't
as
think
well.
about it, do we? We just say it.
They're like, what is a vibe?
It always takes one Florida man to make the news, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What is a vibe?
What is a vibe?
Yeah,
Good question.
like we use it, but do
What
we
is a
even know what
vibe?
it
Comes
means?
from vibration.
Can I
guess.
call a friend?
50,
Well, doesn't it come from vibration? So it's like good vibrations,
Yeah, good
which
vibration.
is when
Yeah, technically.
shaking. Your soul frequency is at the right wavelength.
soul frequency? That sounds like
Something
something off
like that.
2K, bro.
Thank you, Bill Nye.
Frequency vibrations.
Frequency vibrations.
God.
But I guess that's where it comes from.
Right.
The way.
Yeah.
Also, a note. Apologize, it's a late podcast. It'll be a bit
Yeah.
delayed. We had a bit of a mare on Sunday.
Someone had a mare.
Take
a guess.
I had a
Oh,
mare. And then also my laptop had a mare, so it was just a kind of mare.
And then we had a mirror of scheduling times and.
Yeah. So, a bit of a later one this week, but we're all on full juice, feeling good.
But how good? You get 2 in a week.
How good? Yeah.
Sure.
We'll
Yeah.
be back.
In a
We'll be
week.
back in no time. So, I was going to start the podcast by the same thing we initially tried to talk about on Sunday.
Oh, I can't even remember. So let's go for
Okay,
it.
sweet. Even better. I was going to talk about how the tennis scene is taking an absolute mare.
Thrashing.
Another mare from Sunday was the tennis scene.
Fucking mares, man.
Oh my god, dude. So
Not good vibes.
over the past 2 weeks, initially there was a charity tennis tournament that was happening in Belgrade in Serbia
Yep.
called I think it was called Adria Classic or something like that. And it was hosted by Novak Djokovic, and they brought in a bunch of like top 10 players to play. And at first everyone was a bit like,
Yeah. It's a bit sketchy.
the country isn't fully out of COVID yet. You're still like getting cases, kind of like we are now, but obviously we got a bit more security here, and everyone was a bit skeptical about the whole tournament. And then,
Also
Novak.
further away from the world. So.
Yeah, exactly. We're not in Europe, so. And then Novak came out and said, "Oh, no, all the regulations are in place. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
We're going to be fine because, the government said it's all good to go ahead." And well.
Backfired.
One of the so they played the tournament. I think they played like a few matches, and then it got to the final match, and one of the tournament directors came out and said, like literally right before the final, right? So these people are coming to watch a really good tennis match, and then he goes, "Sorry, one of the finalists has gotten COVID-19." It's probably not something to laugh about, but it's just so
funny.
hard not to laugh about it, because given the context of it. So during the tournament, they weren't just playing tennis, they were interacting with fans, talking to kids. They all played a basketball game together.
Damn.
And then,
That's how Nikola Jokic got it right.
yeah. And then, like a video surfaced after the guy got the virus. Everyone was like, whoa, I thought the regulations were in check. A video surfaced of them all in a club. And they're listening to like that OG 2000 song, like, and they're all standing there with their shirts off, going like that.
Wow.
One of the players is doing an inchworm on the ground, and there's fans in the club.
Yeah.
And then obviously more people got tested after the one guy got the virus. Another guy got it. Another guy got it. Fitness trainer got it. Coach got it. And so everyone started getting it. And then Djokovic got it.
Fuck.
And the video just keep getting retweeted and retweeted on Twitter. And long and behold, the tennis prophet Nick Kyrgios came out. Absolute bad boy tennis star. He comes out and starts saying that they're all clowns and like,
yes, I love it.
What are you doing? Like breaking regulations like this? You shouldn't be doing that. And everyone was saying to like Kyrgios, like it was a charity tournament. It was all for a good cause and stuff. But he's speaking truth. Yeah. It's all wrong. It's all wrong. Like, if the regulations are in place, you shouldn't be going out and doing that kind of stuff in like a club.
You shouldn't be going out to a club. No,
you shouldn't be going out to a club and when there's cases are out in general.
Fuck no.
And then Djokovic's dad came out and made a statement. So one of the players was from the first guy who got it. He was from Bulgaria, and he said, "Because you've given my son the virus, you've crippled our relations with Bulgaria." Serbia and Bulgaria have crippled relations now.
His dad's personal relation.
Yeah.
Or the country to country.
And so again, Kyrgios came out and said, this guy's a bozo for thinking that, basically. Like, why is he saying that? And then...
Just a naive point of view, man.
Yeah. And then one of the other players who tested negative multiple times on the virus, he made an Instagram post saying, I like regret my behavior and stuff. I shouldn't have been doing that. I'm really sorry. I'm going to follow the self-isolation protocols for the 14 days isolation.
2 days later.
And so 6 days after that, a video surfaced on Twitter of... So he's German, right? So isolation rules, you should go back to your home country and isolate there. A video on Twitter... a video on Twitter from a story on Instagram came out from someone else's account. And... the context of it is so funny. So it's just a dude like panning around like a bar or something, and the Kanye West song is playing "N-Word in Paris."
Oh yeah.
So it's like, they're in France, and then it pans to the guy who's supposed to be isolating, and he's just going like this.
What? And he had coronavirus.
No, he was supposed to self-isolate, right? So
right.
he's been around someone who's had the virus. Yeah. Multiple people who've had the virus. So he could eventually catch it. He could be asymptomatic or something. But there he is 6 days after he made an Instagram post saying that he was going to self-isolate and follow the rules in Paris or France or wherever.
Yeah.
Partying.
Jesus, bro.
This goes to show, man, people's attention spans.
Yeah. And then Kyrgios rises from the depths of Twitter again. And then he comes out and says that the guy's basically being an idiot for doing that. And he's completely right.
He's 100% right.
And then an older German player who's like a legend, Boris Becker, comes out and starts saying that he's ratting the guy out for calling him out for having the virus. Or, sorry, not self-isolating.
Yeah.
And then Kyrgios is like, mate, what are you talking about? This is a global pandemic.
Yeah.
Should be on full like alert all the time. You should be taking the precautions to... because our families are out there. Like, you don't want people like this doing that because he's a pro tennis player, right?
Yeah,
he's an influencer. He's a role model.
Showing what's the word? Like showing an incentive of how he should act.
Exactly. And there he is in a bar dancing 6 days after he says he's going to self-isolate. And then the guy messages again and basically says like, us fellow tennis players shouldn't be ratting each other out during this time. Okay. And then I won't repeat what Kyrgios was saying, but it got pretty bad.
This is going to be like a tennis-ism.
Yeah, but the US Open is in a few months in New York.
Oh, that's not happening.
Of all places, New York, right? Yeah. No fans allowed, but at the end of the day, if a tournament like that like a charity tournament can let a player get a virus and then spread onto multiple people, in a Grand Slam, you get about 600 or 700 players going into one tournament. Yeah. All using the same facilities, all using the same courts, touching the same balls, touching the same like posts and stuff. It's just too hard. And I think oh man, like,
well, they have to all be tested, I guess.
It'll all be tested, but it shouldn't. I don't think it should happen
unless they make like a proper bubble. Like what they're supposed to be doing with the NBA is creating like a proper bubble where everyone inside it doesn't have it, and no one's going inside and out, so it's not transmitted. But
New York,
if it's in New York, like
one of the most populated cities on earth,
like you'd have to basically have the players in the hotel room, and then transported only to the facility and back
Yeah.
by like, and the people that transport them like could have the virus as well.
Yeah.
And these are internationals coming from that country, that country,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
country, that country, that
All over the
continent.
globe.
There.
Yeah.
And so, you know, they could get on a plane. Could be someone else on the plane who has the virus.
Yeah.
Man.
It's too hard to
This
trace.
shit's
and
never
it's-
gonna end, bro. This shit's never gonna
Yeah.
end.
It might just end with
Dude.
everyone getting it and then...
No, the US has given up. They're just waiting for the cure to come.
The
That's literally
vaccine.
what's happening.
It's gonna happen, boys. It's gonna happen.
Perfectly balanced.
It needs to happen, man.
But yeah, that's a quick recap on the tennis scene right now. It's an
Yeah.
absolute bits.
Well,
Mm.
it's kind of the same as the NBA in essence.
Mm.
Maybe not as bad. Well, I don't really know what the NBA is going through right now, but fucking every team has like half their team is testing positive for fucking
Yeah.
coronavirus. It's and all these players are pulling out just because of the bubble and the restrictions and shit. I don't know. I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
I can see why some players, like everyone has their different concerns, right?
Yeah.
It's something you don't want your family getting. You don't want yourself getting,
Yeah.
but you know.
But you could get it without even having to play basketball. You could go out with your kid to the park and fucking get it.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like whether you're playing ball or whether you're going to the supermarket, it doesn't. I don't think it should matter because the risk of getting it in the US is still going to be the same.
Yeah.
If anything, in the bubble in the NBA, you're less likely because they're going to have fucking security and you're going to be like, you know, only in the hall or in the hotel room or wherever they are. Like,
Right. So for those that don't know, the NBA is planning to resume their season,
yeah,
which they cancelled a good like 3 months back or postponed like
yeah, about 3 months.
a while back. And so they've chosen Disney World in Florida as the location because Disney World essentially is like a campus, isolated campus. You've got like restaurants, clubs, hotels, you've got basketball courts. You got all these facilities that can be closed off, all owned by Disney. So essentially the theory is that they test everyone going in so they know no one has the virus inside technically, right? Because they've tested everyone. They shut it off and then everyone can do whatever they want in the bubble because there's no coronavirus. But what I've heard recently is that the NBA will allow players to leave if they want to. The players will be able to leave the bubble to do whatever they want, but when they return, they have to get tested. And
That's
Hard,
fucking
still hard to
retarded.
trace. You don't.
It's-
you can
it's
catch
very
it 5
hard.
days later. You know.
yeah, and I was thinking about it, and it's like I saw people arguing online, like, "Oh, NBA players, they have rights too. You can't, you know, if someone's employed, you can't force them to stay in one place." And it's like, but that place is Disney World,
Yeah.
inside a global pandemic, and you're getting paid millions of dollars
Exactly.
to be there,
And you're
It's
playing
like,
in the playoffs. You're
in
playing
the
for a
playoffs.
championship.
I know, man. It's like
It's,
Hi
I don't
there,
get it, man.
LeBron.
so like
Oh my God, Anthony
Going through like the
Davis.
fucking Buzz Lightyear rides and shit.
the real dangerous thing is that if it does get messed up, right, and they have to cancel the season, first of all, the next negotiations for contracts are going to be fucked because the league won't have made any money
No,
for the end of
It
this
is
year.
a
there won't be a
huge
next season.
Next season probably won't start.
There won't be a
because
draft?
There won't be a draft as well. So they have to get this right. And it's like, if they're letting little things like that happen, like, you know, you're just opening the door for something to go bad. And this goes for all sports, you know, like if
Yeah.
sports want to resume, like you have
Look
to.
at the UFC, bro. They've been going for like 2 months now. or some
UFC have been
shit.
doing it really well.
And
It's a
that's-
hell of a lot less people though. That's the other
Yeah.
thing.
That's true. But then again, it's not. They're not in fucking Disney World.
Yeah.
Where you have a. How big is fucking Disney World,
How
bro?
big?
How big,
How big?
how big is
Like
Disney
how?
World?
Like seriously, like how big is Disney World? And what? How many players are there? 15 in a team.
It'd
like-
be
Disney
like
World's like a city.
200 players
200
there
players.
or something.
Bro,
Maybe
how many
a bit
people
more.
go to Disney World in a day?
Oh,
Fucking
tens
thousands.
of thousands. Yeah.
Yeah, so you have so much room, so much free time and leisure and shit. You'll be training most of the time as well because you're playing in the playoffs. So you'll probably
That's
be
the other thing. Like,
How are the players going to come back?
if you're the player that fucks it up for everyone, like, you're gonna get shit on hard.
Yeah.
If someone takes a video of a player down in like downtown Miami, like partying, like James Harden in Miami, and then he gets the virus and like,
Just takes one video, man.
yeah, it's gonna take
There
a
shouldn't
little
be
bit
able
of
to
luck.
leave though, man. There
but-
should be security saying like, no, you can't fucking
Yeah.
leave. Like, it's 2 months. We were saying before, it's 2 months of your life, man. Where it's not like you're being kept there to like continue for next season. Like, oh, we have to keep everyone safe so you can do
Yeah.
the draft and the lottery and all this stuff so that we can play next season. It's like, no, you're playing in the NBA playoffs to compete for a championship. I just don't see how that is so confusing to players. Or like,
Yeah.
I'd be like, fuck, it is what it is. Like, this is the best of a shit situation, you know?
I mean, yeah, you get to live in Disney World. You get to play your favorite sport. You get to.
But I think if
make
you won a
money.
championship, man. You won a championship the year of coronavirus. That's going to be one of those memorable
I
years.
defeated coronavirus.
Yeah, isn't that what Austin Rivers said? Like the
Austin
Austin Rivers ain't going to win a fucking
he
championship.
mentioned about how if whoever wins the championship this year should have like an asterisk next to their championship saying like they did it during this time. Like they
did it.
pushed through.
The first time that, they did it with coronavirus. First time you did it when everyone's in the same stadium. There's no home and away. There's no fans. It's like just team on
Tough.
team. There's no fucking advantage in terms of home court. It's just who is the best team, bro. And that's what I'm looking forward to. You
It'll
know?
be pure basketball.
Yeah, man. And hopefully they don't try and mute out the players. You just hear them, fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Melo
And a
getting
bunch
a
of
rebound.
N-words and...
What
I'm
surprises
looking
me though is that how much young people don't take it seriously, coronavirus. And I've been seeing things that coronavirus, if it doesn't kill you, it can still cause long-term permanent damage on your lungs
Yep.
and your like heart and circulatory systems. So it's
Yep.
like if you're an athlete, you know, you shouldn't just be thinking like I'm healthy and I'm young, like I'm not going to die from it, but you could like risk your whole career if you do get the virus.
I think that's what a lot of players are considering as well.
Yeah, I know that's what
But like I was saying,
Kyrie and
yeah.
the difference is if you don't go to the Disney World, you're still going to be walking around your town, your city, or your suburb, or
I mean, when by the sounds of that, it sounds like you're a lot safer in Disney World.
I would want to be at
compared to-
Disney World, yeah.
fuck
But
yeah.
fuck
I think it's the family issue, the bubble.
family is.
I think that's
the
the issue
Are
that
the
they're
family
having.
not allowed to come in with them?
I
or
don't think
something?
so.
I think it's that, and also they're trying to fight for this Black Lives Matter thing. So they're like trying to take
I
a
get
stance.
that. I get that side of it as well.
hard to protest when you're trapped with Mickey and Minnie.
But do they really need to protest? Like
That-
they're not unprivileged. They're earning millions to bounce a ball and shoot a
yeah,
ball.
but I mean, I have no problem with it. They can stand for.
Yeah. Just don't ruin my fucking NBA experience.
No, I think it's good because you know how much they represent people and how much influence.
Oh,
They're
they
yeah,
have.
a big
I know.
platform. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like imagine like LeBron out there in the streets like protesting for that. That would be insane. Huge, man. But
Yeah.
I mean, shit.
I wanted to bring that up though.
Now you're stuck with Goofy.
Why do we have such a big like view on sports athletes, movie stars? Like, why do we hold their opinions so much higher than
That's a
anyone
good
else?
question,
Because
yeah.
at the end of the day, they're just athletes or they actors. They fucking lie on screen. Like, their job is to lie.
Yeah, no, that's a really good
Why
question.
do we listen to them so much?
I think my answer to that is they do the things that we want to do a lot better than we like us, right?
Yeah.
So basketball players like LeBron, like anyone who likes basketball would answer the question, if you could be LeBron for a day, would you be LeBron? They'd say,
Yeah.
yep, 100%. Just to know what it feels like to play basketball like that.
But that doesn't mean we have to listen to them, like, politically.
But you adore these guys, right? Like
Yeah.
you want
It's
to
crazy,
be
yeah.
them. Like you want to be these guys. You want to be
Yeah.
the Avengers, right? You get all this love and
Yeah.
all these actors come out of the movies. They're getting paid millions. They love for it, and it's the same as basketball players, right?
Yeah.
And so the stuff with like influencers lately is what is quite concerning.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go off like for some people, LeBron could say anything out of context, and someone would just like, I believe that. I believe that.
Yeah, this
That's
kind
the
of
problem, man. Like,
There's gonna be someone out
people
there.
believe like just the dumbest shit, man. People are just so naive and just they can just get their mind manipulated by the
I think,
most.
especially in America, people are they really only have one. They can only see one side of the story, you know, or
Yeah.
they can only
Because they're so political, man. Like they have that. They have conservative, liberals.
They're just not well
left
educated,
wing,
though.
Right wing.
Yeah.
And it's just left wing is fucked, bro. Because it's like the way it's that's like all those isms where that you have a point, say it's sexism, and you say, oh, females should be paid the same, and then it's like if you have anything to argue that point that may be factual, then it's like, nah, you're fucking sexist. Like that's their fucking way of dealing with it. They don't want to hear the opposite of what they think.
Yeah.
And US is just mental, bro.
It's definitely hard to have an opinion in the US.
Yeah,
I always and then you can have all the opinion you want.
I guess
it's just weird seeing all this like sort of this sort of acceptance sort of thing going on, because I think in some cases it gets taken too far, because you can't just have people blindly accepting everything someone does, because there are going to be things that you do wrongly, and then a lot of people will just point to, if they get called out, point to some sort of ism, when it should be the opposite way around. You should just call people out for what they've done, regardless of what they are.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
We live in a world now where like mistakes that you've made in the past are detriment to what you're trying to have an opinion on.
Because of social media, dude. If you make it public and you don't remove that shit.
But it really sucks because, you got to raise, like for us, eventually we're going to have to raise our kids in a world. If it doesn't change, like
it's not going to change.
Like,
I don't see it changing.
I think it will change. Actually,
you say something bad online, it's going to kill you.
Dude, in the future, there might be some sort of AI going through this recording right now.
Oh, yeah.
And then hearing the shit we're saying and being like, well, this guy...
We're going to lose our jobs.
Fuck. Because we use the word like...
The not good podcast.
The dead podcast.
Yeah.
I think the world's going to do a fucking 180, bro. I reckon it's going to it's going to go to this whole like white people are like just nothing, males are nothing, like it's gonna do a full flip, dude, and it's gonna be
but that's where it's already going. I feel like
that, but it's gonna end up like that, man, where it's like,
I just hope it gets to the stage where no one gives a fuck anymore, and people just, if someone insults you, you just say fuck you back, and then everyone just goes on about their day, not taking shit personally and trying to like.
You think that? Because everyone takes shit so personally now.
I know, but look
you
how...
say anything, bro.
Look how exhausting.
So personally.
It's so exhausting and destructive.
Yeah, people love it, bro. People love that shit. Like, I love controversy. Like, I love winding people up. I love talking shit.
I know. It's a bit of drama, People need to have drama. Yeah. But at the same time...
Because drama creates, like, something to talk about. It creates attention. It creates, like,
drama's
power and
creates a conversation.
Sense. Yeah.
Creates a story,
So, I don't know. Think about it, bro. How many people watch reality TV that's not even reality? Because they enjoy this drama.
That's what I was going to ask you. How much of the drama we experience is just made up for the sake of drama?
Yeah, all of it, bro. It's like virtue signaling.
Well,
virtue signaling, man.
Yeah.
Like posting all these. I see so many people posting on Instagram, and I unfollowed like all of them the other day. They're posting all this stuff to do with. It's everything. It's not just Black Lives Matter. It's a whole range of things. And you see them just like sharing these stories like over and over, and you're like, some people are like, my God, this person's so fucking good. Oh, well done. It's like, what the fuck are they even doing? Like, all they're doing is sharing this on their Instagram. They're not actually doing anything. Like, they're not doing anything that's actually helping the situation. They're just sharing something to like shine light on it or something, but they're not actually doing anything.
But I think that's what the problem with social media is these days, right? We look at like what you're saying, right? You see people with stories and sharing posts, and like we can be so quick to assume and say like, oh, they're doing nothing for the cause, right? But for me, I've kind of come to the point where it's like, I don't know that at all. Yeah. I don't know if they're doing anything to make a difference. Hell, they could be donating like thousands a month to charities and actually making a difference. But all I see is the sharing, right?
Yeah. And
I think that's the problem with social media these days. It's just become a massive fight for context, right? Context is the main and key source of like a good conversation between two people or like a party, right?
Yep.
You need context. Context is so important, and I feel like what I was saying before with, say, if LeBron or someone came out and said this and that, and it could be sway your opinion completely because it's LeBron and you're agreeing with what he's saying, but at the end of the day, you don't fully understand the context, right? You're just seeing 200 odd characters in a tweet, and that's all you know. There's nothing to it. And I do know a lot of people who have actually, I know people who have done like stories and all that kind of stuff, and like who have actually made a difference. And I completely respect those people. But I know exactly what you mean. It's just social media has turned us into beings where you got to follow the crowd to conform to specific things. And I feel like really concerned about that sometimes. It gives you anxiety, right? Yeah. You're kind of sitting there like sometimes waiting for someone to be like, dude, why haven't you said anything? You got to say something. And it's like, no, I don't. I can do my own thing, right? I got to deal with my own problems. Yeah. I got to deal with my own world problems. And for me, my social media isn't going to make that difference. No. It's like, I'm sorry, but
my social media can do shit.
Same.
I can't get people to watch the podcast when I share.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. If you were saying, Black Lives Matter, that's an easy thing to say.
Yeah, but I'm not like easy points. I just didn't see a point of really coming out and saying anything because I didn't want to just come out and say something for the sake of saying something. I was like, I didn't feel a need to really come out and say something. Like I didn't feel like I didn't feel like I ever really been racist to someone, and been where I've seen them as less than me. So I was like, I didn't feel like I needed to come out and like apologize or anything like that, because I feel like some of those people that did that stuff were some of them were. I feel a lot of them were like apologizing. It was almost like an apology without actually saying sorry. But I also get frustrated with the people that make like clothing or the masks and stuff for like coronavirus, and they're adding all of this like Black Lives Matter or Pride Month or stuff like this. It's like you're trying to make a profit out of like a movement, and it just bugs me so much. It's like they're like, look at me, I'm so great, I'm making all of this, I'm making a difference, but it's like, dude, you're making money off this. You're just banging on this fucking movement just to make a profit. Like,
it's business, my friend.
Yeah,
that is business.
But people just don't see that. People just say like, oh my god, you're such a great civilian. Great individual, I'll buy it.
It is what it is, though.
Yeah,
it's the whole political stuff.
Like judging a book by its cover, bro. That's exactly what social media is.
Yeah, I mean, and it's hard to put a counter argument to that as well, because it is basically like you see a story from someone, you have no context from it, right? You just see
kind of what I do, obviously.
It's like a lot of the shit that I saw being shared right as all the riots were going on. It's like any side could have picked something to show without context. You could have had the Republicans who was saying like rioting is, all the people are rioting,
they're all thugs.
They're all thugs. They're all just trying to destroy stuff. And you had the other side that was for Black Lives Matter and for justice for the people that had been killed by police. But it's like, because social media is so like quick and snappy, and everything you see is 10 to 30 seconds. So easy to choose any footage and represent it as being true for both sides. Yeah, that's what we were saying about context. Before, and that's why social media can be so dangerous.
Yeah, I think video context is the worst.
Yeah,
compared to like a written message or something like that, because videos can just be like, how many times for instance, have you videoed yourself like shooting hoops, playing ball? Yeah. Right? And like, say you probably don't post it, but say you send it on Snapchat, or you send a message to someone with you shooting hoops. It's like, you've probably cut that video. It's a 2-minute video, but you've cut that to 1 minute just to show that 1 minute where you look like a fucking boss. Just like swishing fucking threes, looking like a fucking man, crossing some motherfucker up.
And UCLA replies to Snapchat's like, we
got him, boy.
How good are you, man?
Yeah, and then you go into their facility and you like
brick everything.
No, you need to give me 7 more tries. I got it. Yeah. I got it on my 7th try.
Video me. I'm only good when you video me.
Record me on Snapchat. I got it.
Record me on Snapchat.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. It's too quick these days. There's not much thought being put into things. It's way too quick.
That's the scary thing as well, bro. All during this crisis, and coronavirus as well, lawmakers were pushing through like some, what's the opposite of progressive? Like non-progressive. Like a lot of non-progressive things were being pushed through Parliament.
Yeah.
And they didn't get any airtime because people were so focused on the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And it was definitely a tactic. Like a lot of Republicans used all that chaos to quickly slide things through unnoticed. And so that's another downside that we're going to see in the future.
Yeah. I know. I just...
Enough about politics?
There's so much that we could discuss about politics.
There
Especially
really
New
is,
Zealand
man.
politics, since I know a lot more about New Zealand politics than I do about the US. But
Well,
I don't really want to be fucking the SWAT team coming to this house and fucking hands up.
yeah.
Get on the ground. I know. Change
It's
subject. Oh no, you
We change subject.
No, you say.
I was just gonna add the something that Bill Burr talks about is
good old fucking
the
Billy.
where the way they can put bills through is bills can have multiple things on them.
Yeah.
And so you can have like the don't harm puppies bill, right? Which is like, it's illegal to kick a puppy or something. And then tagged onto the bill, there's like other shit tagged on that's good. But then tagged onto the bill at the bottom is like donors to presidential campaigns get tax breaks or like some backwards like corrupt shit. And then they're like, well, what, you don't want people to not kick puppies? You know, it's like,
that's just
but that's how
America.
the bills
That's
work
America
over
for
there.
Bait.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I fucking went to the supermarket the other day. A little story. I went to get a couple of snacks.
Crazy.
Didn't want to get coronavirus, you know, but I went to the supermarket.
Easy target.
And so I went, you know, how good are fucking Oreos, by the way.
Delicious.
Went and got some Oreos. I went to the Oreo section, and you know how they have the like original chocolate, and then now they have the like red velvet. Well, now they have this like vanilla. It's like a white Oreo. It's like vanilla. I can't remember what it is, but it's like a vanilla Oreo, where it's the cookie is white, and then there's like cream. The inside's still white. White chocolate or white cream or whatever it is. Yeah. And I was like, wait, but I gotta try me this shit. I still haven't tried it. It's at home, but I've been like, I just looked at it like, what the fuck is this?
Like, so it's like the outside is the same flavor as the middle stuff, like the cream.
I don't know. I haven't tried it, but all I know is it's vanilla. It's like a white chocolate or a white cookie or something.
Yeah.
So I went and got that. I still share it because I thought that was a very interesting thing. I've never seen that before. That's
white cookie.
Well, like the original
White
Oreos
cookies
are the best, but
yeah,
I'd never thought I'd see a fucking white Oreo, like
a Wario.
Exactly, bro. So I go to the self checkout, and then I leave the store, and then some Asian dude opens the fucking fire door. This dude's like standing there. What's going on? The fucking alarm's like. I'm like walking to my car, look at this dude like, how fucking retarded are you, man? Like, that's a fire escape. Like, it says do not, it's like alarmed, do not open unless in an emergency. And everyone's like looking at this dude like, what are you doing?
Did you all have to get out?
I was already out, but he's like standing at the door. He doesn't even close it. He's just standing there with the door open, like looking around like, what am I doing? And then like the staff member comes, is like trying to close the door, and he's like freaking out. He's like, what have I done?
It happens.
It was just funny, man.
It happens.
But why would you leave the fire exit? Well, they're in my room.
Why didn't you bring them?
Brought them, mate.
I know, my bad.
Could have tested them.
Unbelievable.
Have you tried?
How many Oreos can you eat in one sitting?
The whole fucking thing.
I've tried peanut butter Oreos.
What?
Before.
Is that where the middle part is peanut butter?
It's like a peanut butter, yeah.
I think I may have tried that too.
Yeah.
I think I may have tried that.
Those are really good.
I may have had it in Canada.
In the States,
yeah. I may have had it in Canada. That's probably why.
Mm.
I don't know if I liked it though. I thought it was good for the first few, but it got really rich. Like it was too sickly sort of thing.
Okay, I see that. No, I just like peanut butter, so I was just.
We should ask Goose that question.
Yeah. Goose, have you had the old bloody Oreo peanut butter?
Good as peanut butter.
He'd lose his mind, bro.
I know.
He could tell you every detail to do with peanut butter.
He knows
He's got,
exactly
like,
how
Do
many.
you want to know the crunchy or the smooth?
He has like 8 peanut butters
Yeah.
in his pantry.
Remember
all
that time
completely different.
we were like on the piss the next morning? I think you went to get it like toast or something, and
It's peanut butter, bro. He's like,
you just
which
like
one of the
open
eight?
you like open the pantry and you're just like, you need any more peanut butter, Goose? Like Jesus.
So many.
Yeah,
like
he's got like
8
the
jars.
chili peanut butter, the chocolate peanut butter, crunchy, smooth,
The whole fucking works, man.
the whole
Got
works.
the whole countdown.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's a lot of. Have you guys seen all the new like bougie brands that are popping up?
Bougie brands.
Sort of like so with peanut butter, you've got like there's a peanut butter and dark chocolate one, and they're all like $3 or $4 more than the standard one.
I like Picks.
Sort of like these new products that are like sort of really high quality but overpriced, and they're sort of like kind of nice, but
okay. I've never
there's,
tried them.
there's like this
I've
Do
never
you
actually
have
went
a
and
brand
bought
name, or is it
them.
just
that one is Fix and Fog.
Fix and Fog?
That
Yeah,
one.
I had that before.
There's a yogurt that I like getting now. It's called the what's it called? The Fresh Collective or something.
Yeah.
The Collective. That's really good, but that's super overpriced. Like when I go flatting, there's no way I'll be able to buy that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But did you guys get any of that like new, like expensive sort of stuff?
I'm
I
not
don't
much of a
normally buy-
trier. I'm not much of a
Yeah.
trier. If I see something's on sale,
Yeah, I'm like you, bro.
I mostly go for the one that's on sale.
I'm like what you like to call a Jew. I like get the sales, bro.
Yeah.
So whenever I go and get beers as well, bro, I'm just like, oh,
Whatever's on sale.
$20 box of beers, fucking get in my fucking
Oaf,
bag.
mate.
Get in my bag. No, I don't. I try things out if they have the on special. Like if they have a 2 for $5 or 2 for $3
Yeah.
or something, I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll
Yeah.
give it a go. But if it's like $5, I'm just like, nah, fuck it. I'll buy something that I know that I like. I guess I think that's just my personality though, because I'm the same with like that with like movies and stuff too. Like I won't go and watch a new movie unless I know it's gonna like be good, you know. I'll just watch something that I've already watched because I know that I'm gonna enjoy it. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Judging a book by its cover.
Yeah, I know. Fuck.
No, I'm the same way, bro. I'm definitely the same way as you.
Yeah.
Like it took me so long to watch Solo, for example.
Oh fucking hell.
I'd never watched.
We shouldn't have watched it, bro.
It was alright.
Tough scene.
Yeah, maybe not.
It was so bad.
Yeah.
I really didn't enjoy it. Well, I won't say that. I had some good moments, but
No, but I'm the same way with especially
those
TV
moments.
shows. TV shows especially, because those are big time investments. Watching a
Yeah.
TV show
8 to 10 hours.
per season,
Yeah.
yeah. So
but
it's
the
like,
difference with a TV show is it can build. A
mm,
movie isn't gonna really build that much. It's gonna get to like its peak halfway through, and then you
You
kind of
got
like
30 minutes or I'm out of here.
Yeah. Whereas a TV show, it's like you can watch 3 or 4 episodes, and you kind of like,
Let me see what the next episode's
yeah,
like.
and you can kind of build on a character, you can build on the story. But
You can clock out of TV shows really easily.
what's that you got there, Josh?
it's just giving me a bit of a sore stomach.
Sore
Uh-oh.
stomach.
Yeah.
It's a bit sweet for you, man.
No, it's from 2014, so I'm wondering.
Bit aged.
It's a wine though, so I think you can age wines,
Of course.
but
Did you get that from your house or the supermarket?
it's from my house.
Yeah, I was going to say 2014. from the
2014.
supermarket.
Yeah.
Has it been opened before?
Nah.
So it's fresh opened.
Mm.
You've had it in your house unopened for fucking
For like 6 years.
You've had a sweet drink unopened in your house for 6
Can
years.
you? I don't think you really age white wines though, do you?
Well,
It's more reds.
I mean, you
Nah,
can't really
it's
preserve
not
white wines very well.
Yeah,
White wines, I'm pretty sure, are meant to be drunk within the first like 2 years.
that's what I've heard as
That's
well.
why they know.
Yeah.
That's why when you go to like supermarkets or liquor stores,
You
and there's
never
wine.
see.
If the wine's on special, like a white wine, it's normally because it's been there like a while,
Right.
and
Yeah.
they're trying to clear it.
But don't worry, everybody watching. We have a defibrillator in the corner if Josh eventually needs attention
Yes.
from drinking too much of a incredibly aged white wine.
And I'll just keep drinking it just to double check that. It is actually the problem.
If it's not just
It
you
could,
or the
just be,
wine.
it could be the curry you had.
I did have a curry with Elliot
Curry.
before.
How
so
spicy?
I chose the hot one.
Well, that's,
Damn.
that's probably why, bro. It's fucking
Yeah.
with your stomach.
Yeah,
That's
Confused,
probably
mate.
why.
but it wasn't Indian hot. It was it was New Zealand hot. So it was like it's just a
Mild.
little bit of heat, and I was a bit uncomfortable for a bit. but-
Jalapeno.
It's
Yeah.
a kiwi hot. Not,
Kiwi
not,
hot, yeah. So
not
it was
an Indian
manageable.
hot. Explain that. Explain the difference, please.
Well,
Spices?
if you ever sample something slightly spicy to a middle-aged white woman, she'll immediately complain that it's way too hot and ask for some water.
Does that mean I'm a middle-aged white woman?
Yes, that does.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you.
God damn.
Case in point.
Fucking judging a book by its cover, middle-aged white woman.
Yeah, but nah, New Zealand. I mean, we eat a lot of international foods, but in our, it's not really in our.
It's not a home brew.
It's not a home food that New Zealanders don't cook with a lot of spice, I guess.
Yeah.
So, but then other cultures like India, curries, they love their spice. So,
yeah, man.
When you get a curry from an Indian place and it's a proper place and they use their amount of spice, it's like a lot hotter. So,
yeah, I tested myself. I went to. I want to say Bollywood just because
That's the
first thing
the
that
only one that
comes to
mind.
mind. But it's the one. In, I think it's. Shit, I can't remember the area now. I think it's not by Browns Bay. You know the sort of shops that. Oh shit! I'm trying to think. You know Murray's Bay Intermediate, and then it's like you go from Murray's Bay Intermediate towards like Browns Bay. And then there's like I think it's Rosse. Was it Rosse Bay?
Rosse Bay, yeah.
There's like the set of shops maybe.
Yeah.
And there's like an Indian place there, Indian restaurant.
So you go down to Murray's and then back up.
Yeah, and you come up, and you know how you come up the hill, and then you go left, you veer around that corner.
Yeah.
There's like that set of shops that
Yeah,
you
I
go
know the
towards
place.
Browns Bay.
Yep.
Yeah, is that Rosse Bay?
Yes.
I think it's
Yes, it
I think
is.
it's Rosse Bay. I went and had dinner with parents and my brother there. Would have been a couple years ago now, or a year ago.
Jeez, good memory.
And you know, I'm not a person
Spice
for
man.
hot food.
You're not a man of spice.
You know, it was a
Man of culture.
mod butter chicken. Mod butter chicken.
Stick to what you know.
Do you remember that time we went with James and Thomas, and
Yes.
all of us were just like,
Yes.
mod butter chicken, mod butter chicken, mod butter chicken.
You're just going around the table.
You have to experience it, man. You gotta.
So I tested the boundaries. I fucking went out into the deep waters, and I went for a medium.
deep waters.
And that shit fucking.
You went from the paddle pool to the shallow end of the normal
That
pool.
shit hit hard, man.
Oh.
I was fucking.
So you don't like spice as a flavor?
I
Or
like
do you
flavor,
like
I
the
just can't
flavor but
handle
it's
the
just
heat,
too
bro. I just
yeah.
can't handle the heat. I like the flavors. I really do like the flavors.
I love spice, man, and
I-
it's really
I
good.
love
It's so
spice
good for you
as
as
well.
well. It's so
Yeah.
good.
I just can't handle the heat, bro.
Do you think it's an acquired thing? Like the more you eat, the
Yeah,
better you
definitely.
can deal with
Oh yeah, it's like beers, right? When you're a kid, you hate beers, but the more you drink them when you're older, the better they are.
it. Yeah. I hate it.
Yeah.
Told myself that at 14. Same with coffee, I guess, too, right?
Oh yeah, coffee is definitely a quiet
Yeah,
taste.
I didn't like coffee until I was probably about 17, maybe.
Maybe when I wasn't addicted to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, around then.
Oh, dude. It's a good topic, addiction. Would you say you're addicted to coffee?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I'm happy. I would happily say I'm addicted to coffee.
I mean, I wouldn't happily say it. I'm just saying I'm addicted to coffee.
No, I'd happily say it.
It's a travesty.
Like, could you go a week without having coffee? If
I wouldn't know. I haven't tried. I haven't got a clue.
Yeah. What would you classify as an addiction? Like, in terms of what would make you being addicted to something?
I would say something.
Compared to like a habit or like a ritual.
An addiction is something that you don't need to rely on, but you do it anyway, kind of thing.
Right.
To add to that, I think a really good sign you're addicted to something is when you do it anyway, even though you don't enjoy it. You know, like you're past the point of enjoyment, but you still do it.
Yeah. I think that there is like the sign for me. It's like you don't enjoy it, but you just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Or when
sure.
it's like you need it.
Yeah, or you try to stay away and
Yeah.
necessity.
Yeah.
I need it.
I know. Because, yeah, I'm definitely addicted to coffee. Like, I have to have
True.
like 2 coffees in the morning, bro. I can get by with just having one.
Yeah.
But if I'm not doing anything, it's like 2 coffees in the morning.
If I think another thing about addiction as well is if you think about it and you can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
So when I get up in the morning, if I don't think about coffee, I kind of just let it pass.
Right.
I just don't think. I just like, oh, I need a coffee. But if I'm like scrolling Instagram and I see like a picture of someone at a desk with like a coffee, I'm like, I need a coffee. I need a coffee.
Coffee
Fucking
time.
start
Yeah.
feeding that shit.
When it
right?
wakes up the little monkey inside
Yeah.
your brain. Coffee? Someone say coffee?
Dude, I remember one time I would have been. I can't remember what I was doing now, but I didn't have time to have a coffee in the morning, and I might have been going to uni or something. And I got like 3/4 way through the day, hadn't managed to have a coffee, bro. And I had the splitting headache.
Yeah.
Like splitting. I'm just like sitting in class. I'm just like, fuck.
It's another way to know you're
Like,
addicted to something.
fuck. Dude, my head was
Intense
just on
pain.
fire, bro.
Yeah.
And
Brain
I couldn't
hemorrhages.
figure it out, bro. I just couldn't figure it out, and I got home, and
Did you have a coffee?
I hadn't had a coffee at this
Oh.
point, so I got home. It would have been around like 4 o'clock or something like that. And I remember getting a couple of Nurophens, and just because I just thought, fuck, I have a headache. And the first thing Mum says, like, she's like, have you had a coffee today? And I was like, no, I haven't. She's like, that's why.
Wow.
Did you have one?
Because she's still the same. She has to have a coffee in the morning, because if she
Or
doesn't, she gets a headache too.
Wow.
What is that? Why is that?
Obviously, when you're a kid and you didn't drink coffee, you didn't get headaches.
Well,
so it's a developed dependence.
Yeah.
Well, caffeine is a
Obviously.
drug, so it's a drug addiction technically.
Yeah.
You filthy.
I'm a drug addict.
Drug addict.
I'm a drug addict.
You're a drug addict.
Why do you get a headache without having it though? Like, what? Is it just because you're not
I think it's just
getting
something
the,
that's missing, right?
not getting the neurons to the...
I mean, if you don't breathe oxygen,
something
which
like
is
that.
technically an addiction, right? You just breathe unconsciously, right?
Oh, yeah.
You die.
What did you say?
What he said, right, is why do you get a headache from not having coffee, right?
Yeah.
If you rely on something so much over time and you don't do it. I mean, come on now.
Come on now.
Come on now. If
Oh,
you
come
stop relying on oxygen, you'll die.
I think it's
That's
a little
true,
different
mate.
than
Bro,
oxygen.
Bro,
but-
how do I give me like a 12-step plan, AA meeting, 12-step plan, weaning myself off oxygen?
I don't think you can, man. So, I've been addicted to that since I was born, man. Can't help myself.
You know, if you block your nose and you drink that wine, that's the first stage.
Put water into your lungs. Convert yourself to an aquatic animal.
Just cut some gills on my
You
cheeks.
start cutting lines in your fucking throat. I'm gonna grab another beer. Oh shit! I need a beer after. I'm losing oxygen.
Yes.
Plan is working.
But on addictions,
Yeah.
I just heard
Jesus, your legs. Whoa.
Oh fuck!
I just
Everything
said
cracked.
Both ankles cracked.
It's all the fucking gymming, man. My fucking body is so sore. My ass, bro. Fucking gone 12
From
rounds.
What have you been doing in
Yeah.
there?
So I
12 rounds with
I
Pablo.
did legs on Monday. I do legs on Monday. Mainly just to get it over with, because I fucking hate legs. But I changed the way I train legs now. So I do it more glute orientated. So I feel like your glutes are your biggest muscle in your body, and they're so useful for so many different things. Mainly like stability. Like if you think about it, every time you do anything that's related to your core, if you're benching, you're squeezing your glutes, you're keeping your core activated. It's great for like explosive movements, obviously.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I wanted to start training, like more explosive and more stability. So
You just poured a glass in.
yeah, I can't fit the last drinks. So, but so I started training glutes more. And like obviously like I still train quads, but it's mainly just glute orientated. And I don't normally do it, so like my glutes are just
Yeah.
they're fucking sore, bro. And then today I was doing like rack pulls or whatever you
Sort
guys
of
wanna
like
call them.
short deadlifts.
Yeah, like half deadlifts.
Mm.
And dude, my like, lower back and just glutes are just fucking on fire. So
I've always thought gluteus maximus is a funny name for that spot.
why
It sounds like it's been derived from someone's name. Gluteus maximus the third. You know?
Maybe he was just like...
He's just an
Yeah,
asshole.
or maybe he had a huge ass.
True.
And
Yeah,
they're like
great
gluteus
ass.
maximus,
True.
the biggest asshole.
Well, gluteus sounds Roman.
Gluteus, yeah.
Gluteus.
Yeah.
King or Emperor Gluteus.
Yeah.
But to add on to your stability and talking about like how you do bench and you notice it in your glutes.
Yeah.
that's
Well, you should, because your ass should always remain on the bench when you're doing
Yeah.
the bench.
I think a lot of people don't realize the importance of core. Like,
Yeah.
people go to the gym, they probably hit core like once every 2 weeks,
Yeah.
maybe. But it's like a good exercise to understand the importance of like supporting muscles. So if you were to like squeeze your fist, right? I think I might have told you this one time before, but if you guys go now and like squeeze your fist and then you like put a little bit of pressure on, right? You'll feel that your forearm starts to tense up,
Yeah.
right? And then as you start to increase the pressure, so now go to like 75%, you'll notice that it goes into your shoulders.
Yeah.
The tension comes into your
Exterior
shoulder.
delt, yeah.
And then now if you
This is my bad arm. I'm gonna do my other arm. I'll do my
this is
arm.
not a tough exercise. And now if you squeeze as hard as you can, possibly can, you'll feel it goes all the way into your back.
Your lats as well.
Your lats activate. And that's the importance of this muscle that you're working is only your forearm, but you're seeing activation all the way down the chain.
Yeah.
And that's why if you hit something like core,
I'm good.
if you hit something like core and you actually have a strong core, and not to even go into back problems, that a lot of people have back problems.
Yeah, I have back problems.
But if you do have a strong core, it's not just so you
Hence why
look
I've been
good or
training a
you
lot of
can
core.
do good sit-ups.
Yeah.
It's
called core for a reason. Eh?
it's core. It's the core of everything. So
Well, I've been training a lot of core in my training now, because I have a bad back, and I thought that maybe training my core would fix that.
yeah.
But I think it's mainly just I have like muscle spasms, like knots in my back somewhere.
Do you think it's overtraining or
No, I just
something
think it's I need to get like a proper massage, like a proper like
Chiropractor.
sports massage to
Yeah.
really like get the knots out, because I have a spot in my lower lat where when I'm benching, it just like spasms, it just seizes. It doesn't matter whether my feet are down or my feet are up. It helps when my feet are up, hence why when I do chest exercises, my feet are normally up now. And I actually prefer that, because you don't generate as much power because you don't have the drive from your feet on the ground, but
yeah.
I feel like it targets your chest more, and it makes your chest work more. But yeah, I need to get it fixed, because my back's just it's
Yeah,
pile
that's,
of issues.
Yeah, that's one of the worst things to have wrong with you, eh? Your back.
problem.
But I can still do a lot of shit. Like, it doesn't stop me being functional.
You deadlifted today.
Yeah, like, it doesn't stop me being functional. I think it's just
a
at
niggle.
certain movements, it just sort of locks.
Yeah, if we have a basketball team or something, you'll do a certain pass, and all of a sudden you'll be like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, bro.
Charles Barkley doing like a golf swing.
Oh, fuck, bro. I'm gonna quickly. I got this video. It's like a 30-second video. It was Charles Barkley talking like 8 years ago, and I'll put it to the
is it
mic.
about
and
his
I'll-
golf swing?
No, it's just a comment he made on live.
While you,
On and it was talking about something about. It was about like females. I just want to share it because it's fucking hilarious. Like Charles Barkley saying it.
fucking love that guy. Man. He's so good. Oh, you got it now.
Oh shit! It's a fucking advert, I think. Hold up.
God, ads. People trying to make money.
Hey, I'm gonna just tell you something. Women be milking that baby thing too. Oh, okay.
Hold up. Let's do it. For you.
Woman be what?
So the title of the video is Barkley says woman milking pregnancy pain.
Oh my god.
So like this is
Just tell you something. Women be milking that baby thing too. Oh, okay.
You cannot say that as a man. That is.
Being pregnant, it can't be nearly as bad as playing a basketball game with a sprained ankle.
What?
listen to the end.
I'm telling you. You heard me try to stop it. Come on.
Why you never buy a woman a watch?
What? Say it again,
Why
kid.
you never buy a woman a watch?
Cause there's a clock on the stove.
Oh my god. Charles Barkley is a madman.
Why do you never buy your woman a watch? Because there's a clock on the stove. I just thought I had to share that because I just fucking cracked up when I saw it. Just because it's Charles Barkley, and like
Nah,
when
he is
someone
funny.
like that says that, it's
He's-
fucking hilarious.
What did he say?
He doesn't
It
have a-
can't be
he
as
doesn't
bad
have a
as playing a
filter.
basketball game with a rolled ankle.
Sprained ankle,
Or
yeah.
pushing a
He's like-
baby out of you. That's insane. What?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He's over his head.
I think people have played on worse injuries though.
Yeah. Probably.
For sure. Scottie Pippen's back spasms when he played through those.
Yeah, that was playoffs, wasn't it?
Yeah, playoffs.
Fucking hell. This is against Jazz, too.
Yeah, it was the series.
1998, right?
I think they lost it, right? Right. I think it was.
Nah, they won. They won.
No, maybe they won it. Yeah.
Because it would have been like 1998, 1997.
But if
we,
you're a female,
we played ball. Like
leave
the
a
week.
comment. Yeah, we did. It was good
that's
fun.
The first time. That's the first time I played ball.
Yeah.
Few years.
Fucking ages. Shit.
Because
Yeah.
you had your foot problems there.
Yeah, and I just didn't really play ball.
Was it good to be back out there?
I had a fucking great time.
It was fun, eh?
I realized that I realized at that point, because when we played through like high school, I sort of, everyone sort of wants to be, like an NBA player. You want to be flashy, you want to have the shot, you want to have the skills, all that sort of shit. But when I, was playing with you and Goose the other weekend, I kind of realized I didn't give a shit about any of that. Like, I just wanted to play
just wants
like
to be
that.
Draymond Green.
I just wanted to play like physical and just be like, just play that sort of role, man.
Yeah,
and
I do really appreciate that side of basketball.
Yes,
like
I love
stuff
that.
that doesn't show up
Yeah,
on the stats.
and I loved it when like I had to like guard like you and Goose. Like we were playing 1-on-1s because I love that shit. I love just like playing defense 1-on-1, and it was fucking good fun.
Yeah,
And I had a pretty big size difference on you, so that was a good fun.
yeah. You were
Story of
backing
my life.
You were backing me down on the post. A
But
little
I
bit.
knew you had skill on, like you had the skill on the shot
Yeah.
by far on me by a fucking
Yeah,
long
yeah,
shot.
yeah.
But I knew that I had the size and like the strength.
Well, we should get into a indoor gym because then we can go hard and
Yeah, man.
get some twos going. Do you want to come next time?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, hit me up.
Us
good
four
fun,
with
man.
Angus. Yeah.
It's really good fun. But we need to find a place that we can do it.
True. Yeah. Unless you guys want to get memberships to.
I don't play
Something.
enough though. That's the thing. Like,
The problem is otherwise it's like $10, $15 per entry.
yeah, I'm not doing that
Yeah.
every time.
If you guys want to come to Westlake at 6, that's $5.
Yeah, but
And-
I got to play pickup against like good players. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. When I played that, I was well out of my.
I need to.
yeah,
I need
I
to
know.
be playing.
Oh, we can
for
go
a
to
couple
the gym
months.
next door and just fuck around,
True.
mess around.
The gym.
There's a gym next door.
At
You know
Westlake.
at Westlake, there's
Yeah.
the original gym.
Yep.
And then there's the new one. So that whole building.
Also, we can just completely leave the thing. And
We
just-
don't have to play against. Yeah.
But you still pay?
Oh hell yeah!
$5. It's only $5. You play 2-3 hours.
Let's do that.
Shit, yeah. I didn't know you could do that. I would do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh fuck yeah, I'll do that.
Dude, I remember first play.
I thought you could only go in and like play pickups, and I was like, oh, I'm not. I just don't feel comfortable because I don't play enough. I just look like an idiot.
Yeah. No, we can play as much as we want on the next
It was like first
side thing.
or second play of that thing. I can't remember who else was playing in our thing, but I remember the first play down the offensive end. Like I was just like, what? It's completely different to like B grade basketball.
Oh yeah.
There's dudes that are running around like in and out. They're like, dudes like going like this, like, and here I am I'm on the 3-point line, like,
Give
I
me the ball.
catch the ball, and I just thought, you know what, well, and fucking about 2 feet short of the rim.
Yeah. Nah, I want to play I want to play like a good pickup, man. When I get to the point where I'm actually feeling a bit more,
Yeah.
fitness wise as well.
Well, that's what we can do. We can just play for like an hour. If you guys are feeling good, just jump on because
Yeah.
you can just go on.
Yeah.
I got next, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Stand on your spot.
I got next.
But what's your guys' greatest basketball highlight? You guys have one?
I don't know if I even have a highlight, bro.
Yeah.
I think my one would be last. I don't know if it was last season.
Is it the Dirt Nowitzki fucking?
No, not that. There was a play. I think it was a really close game. We had, I think it was a tie game. And
Tarball game.
man, you know when you get those feelings in basketball where when you have the ball going down the other end because you dribble a lot, right? You're basically you were our main like ball handler. There's like a play where I had the ball, and everyone else is being guarded. So I just thought I'm just gonna pull this.
I'm just gonna pull.
Dribble up to the 3-point line on the right side wing and then just make 3. And then these dudes behind me, like on the sidelines, just go like, oh shit, he just pulled it off.
Yeah.
2 plays later, I come back again with the ball in hand, dribble in and then pass out. And then my mate passes back to me on the left side wing. and then drain another 3. And
Cash.
fuck, it was just
He's
like
on fire.
there were so many people watching as well.
Yeah.
When people started celebrating that stuff, it's like, it feels so good, man.
Hitting threes feels good.
Now imagine doing that in a fucking sold out arena in the NBA.
Yeah.
it feels
And
pretty
you
good.
swish that shit.
Ray Allen.
Yeah, bro.
That crowd reaction is insane. Ray Allen,
Yeah, bro, it's
game
one of
winning
them.
and game tying. Oh, bang! And you can see when he walks back down the floor, he's so hyped. He's like,
Yeah, bro. I'd be so fucking hyped.
I would be. As
I'd be
well.
like yelling at the crowd, be like fucking hitting my chest and shit, man. I'd be so fucking pumped. But I reckon I'd be so pumped just being like doing some like real like brute shit, like just like bowling someone or hitting someone or like taking a
Setting
charge
big
or like
screens.
not being able to like get past me or some shit like that. Like I love that shit. I'd be like, fuck yeah. Like that's what would like get me hyped.
You'd be like a mix between Kyle Lowry and Draymond Green.
Fuck, this is
what I'm saying.
insults, man. Insults upon insults.
No, that's the play style you like.
No, that's true. I do like that sort of play style.
The Kyle Lowry's the Bulldog, isn't that his nickname?
The bulldog.
Bulldog.
He
That could be
came
yours.
bounding over.
Shit.
No, I do like that style of game though. Like, because I think, you know, obviously the best teams are the ones that everyone on that team knows their role, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that would be my role because I know that I'm not a fucking
Pat
scorer.
Bev.
Yeah, fucking. I'm not a scorer. Like I might be alright at driving the ball and all that, but I'm not a fucking shooter, dude.
I think Westbrook's tweet about
Just let it fly, man. Just let it fly.
Westbrook's tweet about, or I can't remember where he said it, but he made a comment about Patrick Beverly.
He's tricking all you. Some
Yeah,
shit,
it's
right?
just Patrick Beverly really got all y'all. He'd just be running around doing a whole lot of nothing.
It's so true.
It's
though,
true though. He
dude.
doesn't do anything. He's just
jack
there.
shit.
He's just like remember when Lonzo played his first game against whichever team Pat Bev was on at the time?
Yeah.
Was it the Rockets or the Clippers? Anyways, there were like 2 possessions in a row where he
I think it
fouled.
might have been the Clippers actually.
It might, yeah, I think it was. And he fouled Lonzo in 2 plays in a row.
Yeah.
But it was like really aggressive fouls. And everyone was like reacting to it like, oh, here's Pat Beverly getting in Lonzo's face and stuff. And I'm sitting there like,
He fucking
2
fouled
personal
him.
fouls.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, exactly.
That's a loss. That's just, what? It's just,
Yeah, I'm
it's
off
his
the
game.
court.
It just revolves around being really aggressive and
Yeah,
moving really fast. And
that's the league though, dude.
Didn't he get more of? He got the very next game. Lonzo got a career high that was higher than Beverly's ever was. In his
I
like
would not be
8 years.
surprised.
in
What
the
is
league.
Pat Beverly's career high?
8.
I think it's like 26 or something. I don't know.
2 bones.
6, 2 threes. That's what he does though. Every time he gets to stage, like,
He like has a slight arch in his back. And he sticks his neck out.
bro, he's like one of those dudes, man. That when he talks to you, he's like really prominent with his mouth. It's like, hey man, what the fuck's going on? Like really uses his lips and shit. I
Just
can't even
spitting
fucking
all
do
over
it, bro. Yeah.
Spitting on you. Yeah. Oh,
Oh
well.
man, fuck that. Oh. But you went to a Harbour Ball game, right?
Oh yeah.
Just
So
to
I've I contacted this organization called Dolphins a while ago.
Oh, Dolphins. My friend used to play those
Dolphins
guys,
basketball. Just because I'm trying to get in on the Harbour Prems league because I think that's some of the highest that I can play at the moment. That's just sort of open entry. So I emailed this guy about 2 months ago my Glory League highlights because he
You sent him Glory League highlights.
well he asked for them. So
Yo.
well, he asked for highlights and that's all I had.
How
so,
good.
So I spent the night like looking through my
You
Glory
didn't use your
League to try
Snapchat
to-
videos?
I can just see you like clipping a 3-minute clip together,
Yeah.
and then all you hear is Lance Stevenson,
believe it.
better believe it.
I should have put that on.
Either that
Up
or
to
it's
start.
fucking
Better
Rakim.
believe
better
it.
It's
believe it.
Rakim.
Better believe
What's the Rakim one? When I be on the mic or
Want to be on the mic?
what's the? What's
been
the,
a long
what's the other
time?
one? Been a long time. Yeah.
It's been a long time. That would have been sick.
Yeah.
But I try to use like whole game clips so it didn't look like I was picking and choosing a lot. So I just picked games where I was scored a lot. It's so funny. I I sent in some highlights, and
Am I in any of your assist highlights?
nah, I think it's mostly scoring because
That's what they're after.
Oh no, actually, what it was that all the videos got deleted of our glory. I'm pretty sure they're all deleted. Like I don't think you'd be able to find any,
Really?
which is a bit of a shame.
It's archived.
But what they did have was your personal highlights were still there. So if you click my highlights, and then so those were only scoring.
Gotcha.
So I could only choose scoring highlights, unfortunately.
What about defensive?
Well, I got some defensive highlights. Like I got one where I got a steal. The guy they were just passing on the top of the key, and I just got it with my left hand. But I slowed down that exact video because there's a slow motion button on Glory League. And so I slowed that down so it looked a bit better.
Start playing like the $1 Million Man sound, like
And I also slowed down. I was actually cracking up. I slowed down a behind the back in transition. So I was like, we got the rebound and I dribbled it. And then I pressed the slow button and I like dribble it out. And then I go behind my back and I beat a guy. And I put that in slow motion.
You should have done your own commentary as well.
And it looked...
Wow, what a
As you
move.
can see, I stripped the ball.
What a behind the back.
In this play.
And it looked kind of cool, but then again, I did send it, but I was thinking to myself, like, I really just slowed down a dribble in slow
behind the
motion.
This guy's gonna like open his laptop, look at this, and be like, "Why the fuck did you slow this down?"
Just an inbound?
It's just you like dribbling the ball.
Yeah, it was a good move, but it was just a dribble move. But
Yeah.
I mean, it showed I had a good handle. Anyway, he invited me to this open scrimmage, which turned out to be just for anyone. Like didn't really matter what my skill level was. But then when I was playing in the scrimmage, one of the guys who was putting teams together was watching me, and he said, "Stick around after for the Prems training because you can probably be good enough to train with the Prems." And then I trained with them last week. Or 2 weeks ago, and I wasn't that good. But he said, "Come along." Last week I played much better, and he's like sort of put me on like the reserve, so it's like a development / reserve, which is cool because I've only known the team for like 2 weeks now, so it's just good to be training with them, and I'm sure I'll be able to jump on in future.
Nice, man.
Good shit,
But
man.
it's a good level. Like today, our team versed ex Tall Blacks,
And you got
so you know we got thrashed. But you know, Dylan Boucher. Yeah, he was impressive, man. He was like unathletic as you'll ever imagine.
But still got the form.
Because he's like fucking what, late 30s?
He'd be
early
old.
40s?
Yeah, something like that.
His son went to Rosmini, I think.
He'd probably
He must be in his
early
40s.
mid 40s. Yeah.
Yeah,
50s, I'd say.
but his
Actually, no, yeah, 40s.
his ball control and like the way he read the game, they were all
his
old guys,
intelligence.
but they just picked like our young team, athletic team apart just by like smart passing and like ball fakes, good shooting. There was another guy who I can't remember his name, but one of our players was saying he's the best shooter the Tall Blacks had ever seen on that team, and
penny.
he was just like pulling up. He was just pulling up in transition, like he'd be sprinting in transition, and he'd just stop on a dime, jump into a three, and like hit the back of the rim. You know that real satisfying three when it just hits the back of the rim and the net doesn't move.
Yeah.
Just spanking those. So
Yeah.
they're all older guys, but I mean the competition's decent.
Yeah.
So I
Good
think
shit, man.
it'd just be a good opportunity to challenge myself.
Just makes me want to play ball now. Like pick up just like us.
Yeah, and it makes me want to put a team together
just keen
with
for
us
that
as
shit.
well. Like,
Actually,
it's
I
fun to
remember.
play.
I can tell you about my greatest highlight.
yeah.
Remember when we went and played at Sunny Nook and we versed those like 6-year-olds?
What? Hey, man, stand right there.
Boom! So like,
You couldn't have worded that any worse. I just remember that highlight. 6 years.
so me and Josh went down to Sunny Nook Primary.
Is that the one like on the corner as you turn to like right next to the supermarket? Is that the court you're talking about?
No,
it's
you go sort of behind the supermarket, up the hill of it.
Okay, yeah. I know.
It's in there.
and we were just shooting hoops, and then like the Sunny Nook team or a I don't know, it might have been a holiday program or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know who the hell they were. They came to practice, and they were like shooting hoops, and then they were like, the coach was like, "Oh, do you reckon you two could just like jump in with the other staff just to play like a game against the kids to give them like a run?" I'm like, "Yeah, sweet as."
Yeah.
And I remember just swatting the fucking shit out of a 7-year-old. That was good fun though, man. But that's my greatest highlight.
My greatest highlight is kind of along those lines. Then I was playing against a short kid, and he was on a fast break, so it was a chase down. He was fast break, and then he was actually pretty good because what he did was with his lap, he showed it on the left. And then he reversed it on the right to try.
This kid was also 6.
He was 7. He was
6.5. Come on,
6.5. And I it was sort of in my mind. I was remembering what LeBron James said about chase down blocks. And what he was saying is that
he finessed that shit.
He was saying on his game 7 block, he jumped so that he could cover both sides.
Yeah.
So if Iggy went reverse, he had the left hand, and his normal he had the right. And so I did the same thing. I jumped for his left, and then when he reversed it, I just swatted it. I didn't pin it on the backboard, but I...
Then you get the elevation.
I got the elevation, and I swatted it off the backboard.
You got that weak stuff.
Nice, man.
I got that out of there.
Yeah.
That
It's a great feeling, man, when you fuck up some 7-year-old's day.
I can't say I've had a great highlight on a 6-year-old.
But no.
So you guys got one up on me.
But dude, when you're playing pick up ball against 7-year-olds and they're like swarming the shit out of you, it actually ain't that hard to fuck. Like, it was pretty easy, but at the same time, it ain't that hard to like. You can't do a lot.
No.
Because they just fucking swarm you, man.
Was it
bees.
like us two versus all of them?
I think it was us two, and then they might have had we had 2 other guys.
Yeah.
And then one of the kids got ejected.
And there was like one kid that thought he was the shit, man. It was pretty funny.
Yeah. There's always those types.
But
You would definitely say that about a 7-year-old.
yeah,
This is one kid who was pissing me off, man.
it wouldn't piss me off. He just thought he was the shit.
He thought he
could
was better
tell.
than me.
Like
So
he would never pass the ball. He would always like have to shoot it himself.
Yeah, I think I
He'd
remember
always
that
have
kid.
to do it.
To be honest.
But no, that was a good time. That's my greatest basketball highlight.
All right, fellas, we're at an hour and 15.
Songs of the week.
Let's wrap it up.
SOT dubs.
All right, I got mine. I'm gonna
Go
go
for
for
it.
the I'm gonna go for the Liam Cunliffe. I'm gonna go that my song of the week is actually
A genre?
Black's new EP, 6-piece, 6-piece. That whole EP.
Give us the best song on it as well, or your favorite song.
Know My Rights. Well, actually, I like Atlanta Freestyle, but I've already put that
No,
as
right,
a song of the week, so I'm gonna say Know My Rights.
Yep.
By Black.
Great. We'll jam that after. Sounds good.
All right, I got mine. A very exciting song. So it's one of those songs, have you ever had a 2000s song where, say, you hear it on like an Instagram video, you hear it on like a Twitter video, and
Club can't handle
it's like
it
a
now.
short, like 10-second clip. So you hear the song, but it ignites in your head. You're like, "Oh, I've heard this before somewhere," but you don't know. Like, you can't break out the lyrics.
Yep.
You can't. And so I spent about 3 hours trying to find the
You just
song.
become a fucking FBI agent, bro, trying
Yeah.
to investigate
I went
this
full
shit.
on. I started deciphering the lyrics, and it was correcting me.
Spotify. It's
And-
just
yeah.
fucking-
And then I found it. It's
It's always a
Starlight
good feeling.
by the Superman lovers.
Oh, I think I know that song.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Oh.
Great.
I really like that song. A very nostalgic song from like
Alright.
when I went to Gold Coast when I was a kid.
So
So
nostalgic song.
Josh,
So my one, I put together a playlist recently called the Late Night Vibe Bus.
Again with
So-
the vibes.
late night vibe bus.
So it's for like after sort of midnight, around after midnight, when you just want some nice.
When everyone's
smooth-
Shit.
You want something smooth. You got a bit of blues, a little bit of country, some jazz in there. And this song's sort of the essence of it.
No
just-
Metallica.
Nope, none of that. Thank you. Just the Two of Us by Bill Withers.
Just
The rest in peace.
All right.
But
rest
Bill
in
Withers.
peace, Bill Withers.
Yeah,
All right.
that's it.
Well, there it is.
I don't know why I'm fixing my mic. We're about to wrap up, aren't we?
Well, I will share this. Give us any ideas. Also, we have our Spotify playlist with all our songs of the week.
Yep.
And I'll
In the
buy
description.
in the description.
I'll
So
listen to that. That's a big.
It's a very
mix.
big,
Huge
It's a
dub.
huge
diverse range. Diverse range of music. But it's actually quite good, to be honest. I gave it a jam, and I was like, oh, I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't think it was going to work.
Quite good. It's not how good yet, but it's quite good.
When I was adding them,
good
I was like,
playlist.
this is not going to work. And then when I listened to it, I was like, it seems to work.
That's the essence of our podcast. One week we'll be talking about something completely different to the next week. So
Yeah. How good.
how different?
How
But yeah,
different podcast.
we will be filming another podcast on the weekend or something like that. So
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll
should
get one
have
out.
Another video in a couple of days or something like that.
Yep.
4 days. Something
So
like
we'll be
that.
back on pace again.
Yep.
Well, thanks for watching or listening or
Thank you for tuning in, everybody.
keep it real.
Thanks. Yeah. Thank you.
Peace.
Keep smashing those 7-year-olds of basketball, people.
Oh, that
At
sounded
basketball.
bad.
At
That sounded
basketball.
bad when you were going into that one.
All right.
Bye-bye.